15, NIÑO IBAñez. Playing center, number 12, Dave BERNABE. Forward, number 32, John MANALANG. And the other forward, number 5, Gabe CAPACIO. The Kansas City Galleries Taipan are led by Martin Goy, Jeff Pernas. Assistant coaches, JC Docta, Enrique Reyes. Team manager is JC Tan. Here comes the starting five for the MPBL reigning and defending back-to-back champions, Pampanga Giant Lanterns, AMG 3 Construction. Starting at guard, number 12, John Faa. Center, number 9, Chris LALATA. Forward, number 23, Alan MINA. Also at forward, number 8, JHAYMO EGUILOS. And at two guard, number 2, the Royal Bazooka, ARCHIE CONCEPCION. The Pampanga Giant Lanterns is led by Fedic Di Matulak. Coaching consultants, Alan Trinidad, Mervin Mercado, and Georgie Jovicic. Assistant team managers, Ron Nagdulod and Raymond Guevara. Team manager and team owner is Aurelio A.G. Gonzalez.
Starting five brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Quezon City with
first time this season that he will be coming off the bench. And Chris LALATA also back in the starting lineup. But this is also another interesting move by Coach Fedic Di Matulak, starting John Ashley Pa in this one.
Archie Concepcion to John Fa. JHAYMO EGUILOS. Balik kay John Fa. 9 on their shot lock. LALATA up top. Fading away, Chris LALATA with his silky smooth jumper to open up the game for Pampanga.
He's going to try and make up for that lousy performance in their last game against Ambra. Only played under 10 minutes in that game despite starting and only scored 1 point.
IBAñEZ, high arcing free, no good. Alan MINA the rebound. Quickly to John Fa, getting past JK CASIÑO. And he'll earn himself 2 shots at the line.
At blinding speed by John Ashley Pa forced JK CASIñO into committing that foul.
John Fa came off that trade window, free agency window, and he was acquired from Manila.
This kid can just turn on the gents in a snap. Instantly can activate that nitros. And suddenly, di mo na siya makikita.
Kaya nga eh. Kaya lang, mintis yung kanyang dalawang free throw. CASIñO. At the post they go to Dave BERNABE. Di nakatingin si CAPACIO. It ends up with JK CASIñO. 7 seconds on their shot lock. 3-point shot by Manalang, no good.
Although it was a late shot clock situation, that was an open look from the corner galing kay Manalang.
MINA got foiled there in his drive. CASIñO now with the basketball, the lefty. Locating Dave BERNABE, pulls it back out to CAPACIO for 3. Wala pa din para sa Quezon City. And foul will be called against Pampanga.
I think LALATA was caught holding down. Ito si Jaya Manalang.
Coach Fedic shaking things up a bit. Actually, akala ko din first game off the bench ni Larry Muyang. But apparently, this is his 5th game off the bench. So we had 4 games where he came off the bench prior to this one. CASIñO, wala pa din, galing sa 3. John Fa just making his 3rd start para dito sa Pampanga. Chris LALATA, dalawang jumper na yan na pinakawala ni Chris LALATA.
This time left wide open on a catch and shoot opportunity.
CAPACIO between the legs. Pasa palabas kay JK CASIñO. JK falling down on the floor. Manalang fires. Di pa rin makabutas ng Quezon City.
Quezon City starting this game 0 out of 4 from the field.
Lalata up top. Now at the post, JHAYMO EGUILOS face-up jumper, and the two bigs showing the range for the Giant Lanterns.
And you're seeing here at the start of the game the consistency that they want to play with from that report by G earlier at the top of our coverage. Yun daw ang tinatrabaho talaga ng Pampanga during practice according to Coach Beric de Matulac.
And I don't know how if you'll be surprised by this as MINA launches a free. Pampanga, in their 15 wins, only 3 of those have been decided by 10 points or more. So 12 of those 15, puro dikitan yung mga naging laban nila, Javi.
A very different story from the events that transpired in the past couple of seasons where they practically dominated almost every game. But this year, you know, that's just a testament to how well the other teams have stacked up and how valuable Balti and Enzo Serrano both have been to Pampanga. You know, losing the both of them was really a big loss para sa kanila. I cannot state that any further.
They have an early timeout by Quezon City. They have yet to score with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left. We'll be back after the short break.
Marvin Taiwan was doing a wonderful job of orchestrating the offense. David Defonso was his usual unstoppable self. And the other guys also pitched in. Raven Gonzalez held down the paint. And then you had guys like Josh David also contributing from the bench, as well as Mike Ayon.
Although Bagyan nag-threaten yung Pampanga in the fourth, but Abra was able to hold steady down the stretch. Very important for Pampanga to pile up wins because dehado sila, no? Yung top 5 teams in the North, lahat tinalo sila, no? With the exception of San Juan, which they have yet to face. So tinalo sila ng Abra, Nueva Ecija, Caloocan, and Pangasinan as Archie Concepcion swoops in for the layup.
And those games were very difficult para sa kanila dahil it really exposed the weaknesses that this current team has.
Even with teams na kasama nila si Balti, they haven't always been known as a great three-point shooting team.
Yes. In many of those games, yun talaga yung inulang nila. Because they were able to make up for it in the past couple of years dahil nga you had a guy that you could go to if you want a basket. You had a guy that was practically dominating the shaded area, rebounding, defensive end. He was also very dominant. So the lack of options from the outside were already made up for.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. On the 10-0 start, taas na halfway point, wala pa rin punto sa Quezon City. Archie Concepcion, look out! They'll just lay it in.
Medyo nabitin yung talon. This is exactly how Abra started the game against Pampanga. So Pampanga trying to do the same here tonight against Quezon City.
Well, so far, the tweak in the starting line. Larry Muyang now back in. Still finished with a double-double despite the loss they had against Abra. Dave Bernabe is now at the line. Ooh, short on the first. Nakatayo pa din, ha?
Yeah.
Quezon City, ha?
More than halfway already to the fourth quarter.
At tuloy pa din ang kanilang pagtayo dahil wala pa rin na-shoot itong Quezon City Galleries Taipan. Clemente. Raymond Binuya, welcome sight. He is back. Because I thought there was a chance that he could miss out the rest of the season with that shoulder injury, but he has gotten it out.
And it's all taped up right now.
Jerome Santos to NIÑO IBAñEZ. Bernabe, 20-foot jumper. And finally, makakaupo na ang kanyang mga teammates in the bench. But still an uphill climb for Quezon City. Pampanga using their timeout at the 4 and 4-minute and 5-second mark of the first quarter.
And Muyang giving him space there. Open jumper. Bernabe has really improved that touch from the mid-range this year.
12-2 start for Pampanga, a 10-point lead.
.22 of their own, and Pasay has never allowed Quezon City another significant comeback attempt that would have bridged the gap.
Lars Muyang, 2 points, 1 rebound agad after that putback. 14-2 is the count. Jerome Santos. Bernabe, strong take inside. This guy has shown vast improvement here at the pro level. Ito si Dave Bernabe.
And I'm sure he's feeling very much at home playing here in this venue.
Oo naman. Won a couple of championships here playing for the CU Scorpions. Dalawang UCL champion titles. Larry Muyang, basket and 1. Free throw coming up for Kuya Lars.
He's going to be a handful for these Quezon City big men. That's a mismatch. Jerome Santos one-on-one. He was asking for help. He was pleading for help there on the baseline, but nobody came. And Muyang certainly took advantage of it.
Pleading was the operative term dahil nagmamakaawa talaga siya, humiling ng katulong doon.
You could see it in his face. You could see it in the way that he was calling for help.
Pang ma-state ng panic eh. As soon as nasa low block na si Larry Muyang.
I mean, I would have the same reaction. I wouldn't want to be caught one-on-one with Larry Muyang down low.
Pero ito, mas veterano na, pinasok ni Coach Jeff, inserting John Gabriel. Greg Cunanan can't hit the jumper. Binuya comes away with it. Raymond Binuya attacks the paint. At nakasungkit ng foul laban sa Quezon City.
Yeah, and there seems to be no
more game with 1xBet.
At saka to si Dave Bernabe, not really known as a double-digit scorer, but he has had a good season so far here in the league.
Coach Aisel, always supportive, part of the coaching staff nitong Pampanga. Supportive meaning, supportive sa kanyang better half na si June Bonsubre. GP Paundo na itapik yung bola paloob sa basket. 19-4 na ang ating talaan. 15-point advantage by the Giant Lanterns. Ray De La Rosa. Pass outside to John Gabriel. 4 seconds, a shot clock ng Quezon City. Santos and Jan Nermal got a piece of that one. Shot clock violation laban dito sa Quezon City. Coach Jeff searching for answers because it's only been Dave Bernabe who has scored here for Quezon City. 19-4.
They're going to switch up to a zone here to try and neutralize the inside attack of Pampanga.
Nermal puts it off the bounce. Foul will be called on Quezon City.
The problem here is you now try and take away the inside action or the dominance of Larry Muyang on the block. But now you have guys like Clemente and Nermal who can attack from beyond the arc and put the ball on the floor.
What do you think, Javi, of the fit so far nito ni Jan Nermal para sa Pampanga?
I think he has given this Pampanga team a big boost on the wings, and they have now found another guy who can actually take control of a game other than Archie Concepcion in the end game.
Yeah, could be their most versatile player. Even that he could play the 3, the 4, even the 2 spot. Sa pagbalik niya galing sa PBA, yung kumpiyansa, kitang-kita mo sa kanya.
Yun na nga eh. They got a new and improved Jan Nermal, itong Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And he was already good when he was playing for Bacoor.
Oh yeah, but that was totally different because he had really something to prove during that time. Ngayon, talagang nakapag-establish na siya nung kanyang resume. Here he is, knocking down that 3-point shot.
And mas kalmado na, nakikita mo, Ang galing niya na magbasa ng depensa, and his jump shot is more fluid.
22-6, 16-point advantage by Pampanga. Ryan Reyes steps into a jumper off the mark. John Nermal swoops in for the board. Binuyang to Nermal. Pasa palabas. JLC for free. No. Cunanan pushing it. Greg Cunanan all the way. And 2 free throws coming up.
A nice way for Cunanan.
From Kabacanlan City in Negros Occidental. Ito si John Nermal. Kabankalan City, Negros Occidental. Pasok sa loob. Ito si Jason Puray. (22-7). Lars Muyang up top. Skip pass, Nermal. Just around the same spot. A different result this time. But the putback, the reverse from GP Paundo.
Isa sa mga problema when you zone up, you now have difficulty securing that defensive rebound because you're guarding a spot on the floor, not really a man.
That was a slick move from Greg Cunanan. But you're still facing a 15-point deficit. 9 seconds remaining. Nermal, isolated up top, fires a jumper. It will roll out. First quarter comes to a close. Pampanga with an early statement here after that tough defeat against Amra and against Basilan. They have found their groove here in quarter number 1.
Yes, statement here for Pampanga in the first quarter, really establishing dominance early on. Their defense holding down Quezon City scoreless in the first 5 minutes of this game. Guys like Larry Muyang, this time Muyang coming off the bench to help Pampanga with this 15-point lead.
And heavy, strong start by Pampanga, particularly shooting really well from the field.
And not a lot of 3-point shots. They're 1 out of 8 from that area, but from 2-point country, they're 10 out of 13. That's a staggering 76%.
Always their calling card though. Those shots in the paint. John Reyes, pasa palabas. De La Rosa. This is one guy that needs to get it going para dito sa Quezon City. Renz Palma the rebound. Kasama si Andre Armenion. Lars Muyang, Renz Alcoriza, and Sonny Estil. Muyang, power dribble, lays it up and in.
That's a nice setup coming from Renz Palma, driving to the cup and attacking the defense and dropping it off to his big man.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
That's his signature, that wraparound move. Ito si Renz Palma. Theme. That drop off underneath to Larry Muyang.
So a foul will be called. I think they're still reviewing something else here. So it's a holding foul against Renz Alcoriza. Wait, mukhang may malfunction sa ating game clock. So ano ba to? 9 minutes 20 seconds yata no? So it was reset to 10 minutes. But still, Pampanga with a strong start. Alright, we'll pause for a short break. We'll be back after this. Alright, 38 seconds in. Quezon City with the basketball down by 17 points. Greg Cunanan, he attacks. And he draws a foul against Sonny Estil.
Cunanan coming off the bench and now giving Quezon City another dimension to their offense here. Trying to get to the paint.
Let's go courtside to Miss Gianna Llanes.
Unang tanong ni Coach Jeff sa players niya after the first quarter, he asked them if they are playing in fear. Parang takot daw ang galawan ng QC players at ayaw nilang lumapit sa kalaban. So he said they really have to be more aggressive. In his words, 24 points in the first quarter is too much, but they can play like Pampanga if they are no longer scared. He had to redraft a few of QC's offensive plays as well, challenging their bigs to attack. Back to you, Ken and Javi.
Maraming salamat, Gianna, no? And also, just producing 9 points in the first quarter. Reds Palma drills in a free. Lumulobo na ang lamang ng Pampanga. It's up to 19.
Yung mahirap dito para sa Quezon City is Pampanga has multiple players contributing to their cause. While on the other side, hirap sila makapuntos dito. That might send a different message now para sa Quezon City with Jason Puray's basket.
Armenian traveled. Good couple of sequences here for Quezon City. This was the 3 earlier by Reds Palma though. And then here, ganda yung pagbawi. Attacking the closeout, Jason Puray cuts the lead down to 17, 29 to 12. CASIÑO nagbabalik sa panig ng QC. Puray against Palma. Popping out is Ray De La Rosa, guarded by Renz Alcoriza. De La Rosa, no, and the rebound ending up with Sonny Estil. Delfino also making his first appearance for Pampanga. Swing pass, Alcoriza off the heel, and great box out there by Dave Bernabe. De La Rosa continues to fire, continues to miss. Reyes the rebound. And the short stab won't work. Palma will set the table for Pampanga. Entry pass to Lars Buyang. Balik kay Palma, about the same spot. That time, off target. JK CASIÑO. Laban kay CJ Delfino. JK.
That's a foul. That's
for
definitely
closeout.
a foul.
CASIÑO will shoot to the line. But Quezon City hasn't capitalized on the free throw line. Only 2 out of 6.
Both teams actually not shooting well from the charity stripe tonight.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Even CASIÑO missing from the free throw line. Usually a good free throw shooter.
JK getting a split. 29-13. 16 ang lamang ng Pampanga. Jeff Pavillonar now inserted in by Coach Jeff. CJ battling for position down low. Pavillonar and JHAYMO EGUILOS will be called for a double foul.
No, halos magkasabayan yan sa UAAP with Pavillonar playing for NU and EGUILOS playing for FEU.
And number 8, JHAYMO EGUILOS also.
Ito ba yung Ray Park Days?
Yes.
Si Troy Rosario, Kyle Napes, Glenn Cobuntin. That was quite a squad.
I think lang mas older si Jeff ng konti.
Mas nauna siya dun sa mga nabanggit ko eh.
Yeah.
Kumbaga senior na nila siya
Yes.
during that time. Someone got called for a foul here against Quezon City. Si Dave Bernabe yung matatawagan.
It's still been a big question mark for Quezon City here in the first half. How they're going to try and stop Pampanga from asserting their will inside the shaded area.
Still tries a free and knocks that one down.
Ito yung magiging masakit kung patuloy na makakapuntos galing sa labas itong Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
3 out of 12. Ang Pampanga 0 out of 11 naman ng Quezon City.
Because now this variation to their game, their offensive attack here in the first half will now make it difficult for Quezon City to decide.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
On what poison to pick. Are they gonna let Pampanga keep shooting from the outside? Are they gonna give them those open looks so that they can go on and focus on securing those defensive rebounds, or will they close out on those 3-point shots?
Jason Puray, pasok pa ngayong free throw, 32-15. Now, good news if you're Quezon City, this is still a long way to go.
And totally manageable for Quezon City. This is not an impossible feat to get back from 17 points down.
Sa poste, EGUILOS, met by a double team. Great cut, still gets the basket and one.
Defensively, you got to be more focused than that. You have to pay attention to those cutters and bump them. Try and halt their progress with those bumps. But here clearly still was quicker than BERNABE.
Such an underrated and willing passer, JHAYMO EGUILOS.
A very intelligent big man. You always love to have a guy like JHAYMO. It's no secret that his services are always required.
Kaya nga, 2 championships na yan in the NPBL. One with Batangas City and one here with Pampanga last season. Avillonar forcing his way in. And free throws coming up for Jeff. Sonny still whistled for that foul. One guy that I'm not seeing for Quezon City, si Edsel Rojas, no?
Yes. And he could have been a big help here in this game dahil hirap nga rin makapunto sa loob itong Quezon City, and we know Rojas to be a very rugged inside player.
Binanggit ni Gianna how seemingly Quezon City is playing with a lot of fear. Yan si Edsel Rojas, he will put his head down.
Walang takot yun.
Walang takot, oo. At Pampanga, as a result, they're now ahead by 20 points. 36-16. Puray tries a three. It will go over the backboard. Turn up, and it will go over to the side of Pampanga.
Now the lead is at 20. Quezon City does not want to fall into a 20-plus point lead heading into the halftime break. They have 5 minutes to try and atone for this. And NIÑO IBAñEZ needs to get going.
They have yet to make a free. They're only 5 of 22 from the field. Still, another 3-point shot. That time it will bounce out. Jason Puray, siya na magbababa dito. Puray, this time attacks. Oh! What a shot! Absorbing contact, making it anyway for 2 points.
What an impressive finish. Galing kay Jason Puray. Really went up strong. That is the true epitome of going hard to the basket. And that's against a very athletic Sonny still at that. That is no joke.
Love the way he performed against Mindoro, where he had 22 points. And in that game, if you recall, they were down big in the first half. Hinahabol nila yon, and Jason Puray was a huge reason behind that comeback.
Yeah, almost perfect in that run was Jason Puray.
Parang 10 of 11 siya nun no?
Yeah.
22 points. And now he gets a steal, providing some life para dito sa Quezon City. IBAñEZ left it short. Avillonar there. Wala pa din yung stick back niya. Bola babalik kay IBAñEZ. Avillonar charging in. Got blocked by Chris LALATA. Delfino floats it up. Will it count? It will. 2 points and a bonus free throw coming up.
Botched opportunity for Quezon City. They could have dropped the lead down to 15 points, maybe even 14. But after that missed opportunity in transition, they get going on the other side itong Pampanga, and CASIÑO allows Delfino a chance for a 3-point play.
CJ Delfino. Mintes. Pavilion hindi nakita si CJ sa likod. Good thing IBAñEZ was there for the retrieval. We go to the post. Ryan Reyes returning here for Quezon City. Lost the basketball. Delfino now. He takes the free. Can't get it to fall. JK lobs it up. Nahatak. And a foul will be called. Was it a foul?
Yeah, there seemed to have been a push.
Oh, actually, hatak eh. Hinatak pababa. Both teams in penalty. Sidney Mosqueda is checking in for Quezon City. So Villar will shoot to the line. Also coming in is Gino Ladimo. Free throws, problema pa din para sa Quezon City. They're now 7 out of 14. Although Pampanga is much worse, 1 out of 10. Itong free throw na ito ay atid sa atin na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 38-20. John Fa and Allen Mina return for Pampanga. Mina drives, flips it up, and free throws coming up for Allen.
Ang Pampanga continues to get QC off guard here defensively. They're attacking quickly. They're targeting the gaps in that zone defense. At nahuhuli mag-react itong depensa ng Quezon City.
Allen Mina debuted for Pampanga with 14 points in that win over Cebu.
Well, if Quezon City is shooting horribly from the free throw line, Pampanga is so much more worse. 1 out of 11.
9% lang yun. Mina rectifying that by making the second. 39-20. 4 minutes remaining here in the second period. Bunanan. Again, he tried to attack but got foiled there by the defense of Pampanga. Allen Mina able to control himself just enough to get that shot up and in.
I thought there should have been a travel there.
IBAñEZ, much needed basket from beyond the arc. The first make after 13 tries para dito sa Quezon City.
It is imperative that NIÑO IBAñEZ gets things going here, but their defense has to be better.
John Lloyd Clemente.
Too much for both of them to handle defensively, but offensively they showed up, putting up some good numbers there for Pampanga.
Quezon City, di pa rin na makalapit-lapit dito, no? Quick pass, Villar. Chris LALATA. Just proving to be a tough nut to crack. He blocks again the shot of Jeff Villar. Mosqueda, wala. And the rebound ending up with Lars Muyang. How about Chris LALATA? 2 blocks already. Mina steps in. And he will head to the free throw line once more. Si Gino Ladimo ang napituan doon. How about this rejection by Chris LALATA?
Yeah, Villar forced the issue there. LALATA wouldn't budge despite numerous bumps there by Jeff Villar, but still Jeff trying to make a shot against Chris LALATA.
5 blocks already for the Giant Lanterns. At Coach Pedic tapik sa kanyang bandang ulo dahil nga sa dami ng free throws na minimintes. Itong Pampanga, 2 out of 14.
It's whatever happens in this game, it's gonna be a long free throw shooting practice, I'm sure. in the next training session for Pampanga.
Ladimo fires from the outside. It's a good thing if you're Pampanga that Quezon City, on the other hand, has been misfiring from the field.
They've been misfiring from everywhere, honestly. Nothing really has gone right for the most part here for Quezon City.
Palagay ko si Coach Aisel lang dapat magturo sa free throws.
Balita ako, magaling na free
Yun
throw
nga
shooter
diba?
si Coach Aisel.
So, who will you put your bet on if it's a free throw shooting contest between Coach Aisel and Jun Bonsubre?
Ay, Coach Aisel ako dun.
Talaga?
By a mile.
Archie Concepcion returns for Allen Mina. 43-24. Bola na tapik. Alam mo, gusto ko yung dynamic nila eh. Kasi magkadikit yung dalawang kupunan sa North Division. Fast break the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Imagine, Javi, as see that shot go in again for Larry Muyang, na yung kupunan mo, your coaching is part of the North Division, nakadikit yung Caloocan in the team standings, yet you're still there cheering on for Caloocan whenever June has a game. As Clemente fires, wala pa din, galing sa labas.
Kaya diba naman sinasabi nila, hinihuhalay mo talaga dapat yung professional life mo sa personal life mo.
Samantala, itong Quezon City, kanina pa nagsa-struggle in putting the ball in the basket. Look out, Chris LALATA will just lay it in for 2 points. 47-26.
And Quezon City right now, you know, we heard it earlier in that report by G that they were playing scared in the first quarter. Right now, that seems to be the case still. We saw some semblance of change for a little moment here in the second quarter, but then hindi nila ma-continue dahil yung depensa nila, hindi pa rin talaga nila maipit itong Pampanga.
Very tentative eh.
Yes.
Itong Quezon City at the moment. And they also continue to miss some free throws.
And Pampanga in this game, just like a predator feasting on its prey, and taking advantage of the fear that they have been showing sa laro na to.
Reggie Tautoan from Cebu City. Played for PUP and won a championship in the State Colleges and University Athletic Association. So magandang mix ng mga masasabi nating lesser known schools itong Quezon City. Reggie Tautoan called for that foul. Penalty na ang magkabilang kupunan. More free throws coming para dito sa Pampanga. Si Armenion ang masusubukan naman ngayon. 2 out of 14 from the line. This is a team that is averaging the most makes from that distance this season.
That seems to be a different case tonight.
3 out of 15 so far, just 20%. But that time, canning in the second, much to the delight of Coach Aisel. 49-27. 77 seconds remaining here in the first half. Kunana now, trying to break down the defense of his defender, and he does! Basket plus a foul.
Smooth drive to the basket there by Greg Kunana. Smooth, strong drive.
Gixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
Using the left hand also. Look at this, the spin. That was set up by a double cross previous to that pirouette. And then the finish with the offhand. Very impressive. Gana kay Greg Kunana.
Completes the three-point play. That is Franz Diaz, who's not in uniform for today para sa Quezon City. JLC turns down that shot. Something you don't see every day. Andre Armenion, pinilit yung tira. Mintes. Gabriel, siya na magbababa dito. Oh, eluding the defense of Larry Muyang. Gets it to Ladimo. Tres galing kay Kunanan. Wala. Follow up ni Tautoan. Abing with siya ng foul laban kay JLC.
Ito na yung tapang na hinahanap galing sa mga players niya. Ito si Coach Jeff Perlas. Ito yung tapang na hinahanap niya galing sa kanila kanina pa. But how can they sustain it? That's the question.
Jason Puray returns. So a small lineup right now for Quezon City to close out the second period. No legitimate center on the floor. Parang si Ladimo na magiging 5 dito. He will match up against either Lalata or Lars Muyang. Tautoan. Again, a split. As a team, Quezon City is just 12 out of 22 from the charity stripe. Armenion. Lalata will not force it. Pulls it back out to Archie. JLC. Palabas kay Andre. Armenion. Clemente with 10 on their shot clock. Armenion lost it to Sidney Mosqueda. Great outlet. Kunanan. Oh, the composure. Finding Ladimo for 2. You like that he didn't force up that shot. Muyang bouncing it. That shot off the glass will not work. And Pampanga hell-bent on returning to their winning ways after losing back-to-back games against Basilan and Abra. And here at the half, they are in cruise control against Quezon City. They're up by 16 at the half, 49-33.